Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Norris, and we're in front of Piastri, Leclerc and Gasly. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 32.9. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are Norris, Piastri, Ocon, Gasly and Hamilton. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 32.3. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Norris, Oscar Piastri and Esteban Ocon. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Welcome along to Las Vegas. It's Viva Las Vegas tonight, as for the first time ever, the Formula One cars are racing along the strip. I can't wait to see what this place has in store for F1 tonight. Well, tonight we go racing around the bright lights of Las Vegas, 3.8 miles under the Nevada night sky and thousands of neon lights. There are landmarks everywhere you look, punctuating the 17 corners and 2 DRS zones. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ocon, Gasly, Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Bottas, Daniel, Joe, Liam Lawson, Leclerc, Perez, Tsunoda, Albon, Magnussen, Sargent, Hauger, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is none other than Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Daniel. They've been involved in a number of costly incidents lately. That's got to affect their mindset going into this race.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. Caution. Okay, clear. position. You're in 4th position. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 3.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. And Verstappen's behind. Okay, the gap behind is 1.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The distance to the leader is 6.0 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 22 laps left. Let's go, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.4 seconds. And the gap behind us is 4.5 seconds. To slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. You're in P17, Piastri's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Perez is behind you. We're leading the car behind by 4.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. Okay, 17 laps to go now. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. The underbody's taken a little damage. Just watch out for it. Tyre condition still looking good. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, good work, great pass. Okay, let's go now, come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Perez behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 0.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. P13, you're currently in P13. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Perez is behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us, 1.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 23.0 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. And that's 8 laps to go. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. There's serious damage to the underbody. Repeat, serious damage to the underbody. Leclerc behind. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind. 2.6 seconds. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And so the celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level at the very top is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. So let's review the drivers' standings. And this also means there's no catching our leader anymore. And we crown a new World Drivers' Champion. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I think for Driver of the Day, I'd probably pick Lando Norris. He lived up to every inch of his reputation today, and I think he'll be going home, quite rightly, a bit proud of himself.
And with that result, McLaren can no longer be touched at the top of the table. They've had their ups and downs this season, like all teams, but they've weathered the storm and they've come out on top. McLaren are world champions once again. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.